Very good evening to all. I hope I'm audible right now. Very good evening. Am I audible, guys? Am I audible? Very good evening to all. Very good evening. Am I audible? If I'm audible means please mention in the chat box. Rakesh, very good evening. And Puvarasi, very good evening. And Divya, very good evening. And G. Saraj, very good evening. Mahmad, very good evening. Priti Panchal, very good evening. And Gaurav, very good evening. And Santya Manimaran, very good evening. And Enjoy Music, very good evening. And Ramana Kupsami, very good evening. Harini, very good evening. Mokan, very good evening. And Vigneshwar, very good evening. Vanida, very good evening. HRC Tech, very good evening. Kuntan Kumar, very good evening. Shabani, very good evening. And Dr. Vishnu Agarwal, very good evening. Saumya, very good evening. And Vigneshwar, very good evening. And Pinali Patel, very good evening. And happy to see you again here. And Atota Kalyan, very good evening. And Pooja, very good evening. Shaure, very good evening. And also, Akash, very good evening. Hello everyone, this is Philip Padik from Pantech Learning, and I welcome you all for engage your learning experience with Pantech Learning anytime, anywhere and any places. We are always supporting to the students in a technical way. What is our main vision? We are going to help 10 million students to learn the technical knowledge by the easy way. And I welcome you all today's session of Artificial Intelligence Masterclass. In this particular session, I'm going to discussing with you that one of the interesting and also the one of the interesting machine learning project that is problem related to the regression problem project. I'm going to discussing with you. Are you guys excited? Are you guys excited? If you guys are excited, means please mention in the chat box yes fellow. If you guys are excited, means please mention in the chat box yes fellow. I'm also so excited to continue this particular session and try to understand this is not a regular class. I want to make my session as an interesting way. I don't want to make my session as a boring way. Okay, so if you guys are really interested to joining this particular session, means please mention in the comment box yes Philip. Please mention in the comment box yes Philip. And one more thing, most of the people are calling me sir like that. So don't call me sir, call me Philip is more comfortable for me. Why? Because of I'm your friend and I'm your mentor. Okay, so please call me Philip is more comfortable for me. So most of the people still call me as sir, so don't call me sir, call me Philip is more comfortable. Okay, right. So today I'm going to discussing with you the weight prediction based on the height and also the gender. Weight prediction based on the height and also the gender. For example, when you are going to read this particular task, you have to find one thing. Okay, you have to find one thing, and also you have to find what about the problem statement on that particular task. For example, weight prediction. Weight prediction in the sense what? 80 kg or 20 kg or like that, that 80 kg, 50 kg, 74 kg. That is actually that how much or how many problem statement. Am I right? No. For example, if that that any that yes or no, these are that in the sense that is completely different classification problem. The output may that comes to the value basis or the the numerical values in the sense that is of course related to the regression problem. So here based on the height and also the gender, we are going to predict the weight. That means how much weight of that particular person based on the height and also the gender. So of course, when I am going to reading this particular title, when you are going to reading this particular target, you can find, of course, this is a regression problem. Am I right? No? Are you agreed that? Are you agreed that? When I am going to reading the one particular target and you can find the what is the problem statement of that and you can find the what is the types of the problem on that particular target, you can find, of course. Are you agreed that? So when you are going to reading this one, of course, this is the regression problem. You agree that in the sense, please mention in the comment box raise your hands in comment box right now. So here our title, our target is the weight prediction based on the height and also the gender. Okay, yesterday we were discussing about the classification problem. What is that? Based on the that several data features, whether a person is affected the heart disease or not. Of course, when you're going to reading that particular, the problem, the particular title or target, you can find what kind of the problem of that. Of course, that is the classification problem. In the same way, when you're going to reading these particular things, based on the height, based on the gender, what's the weight of the particular person, how much weight they are. So here the output will becomes the numerical value. In the sense, of course, that is the regression problem, right? So without delay, I'm going to enter the topic right now. Yeah. And also try to understand, guys, for the the encouragement is the most important. When you're going to that really interested to listening this particular class, and also the way of the presentation, and also the way which I taking this particular session is very impressive, and also you guys are really like this particular session means don't forget to hit the like button. And also if you guys are really like this particular session means please give your heart in comment box right now. Please give your heart in comment box right now, and also don't forget to hit the like button as well, because of when you're going to giving that kind of the commands and also that kind of the likes, that will be more encouraging to continue this particular session. So that is the reason I can that mentioning in this particular session. Okay, fine. So what is the introduction of this particular the title? So completely it is related to the weight prediction. Am I right? So of course this is a regression problem. When I'm going to read that particular title, that is the most important thing. So predictive weight based on the gender and also the height, that can be provide the several insights into the individual healthy weight range. And also this can be useful in healthcare and also the fitness and also the wellness. In machine learning technology, in machine learning algorithm can be trained with the help of the gender, height and also the weight. That data is going to be trained with the help of these particular data. With the help of the past data, we can train the computer. For example, this much of height for male. They are, of course, this much of the weight and also this much of the height for that particular gender. That is already we have that particular the data. Based on this particular data, we are going to train the computer with the help of the machine learning technology. Okay, based on the height, based on the age, this much weight will be there. Already that particular that particular data we have, that is actually the past data. With the help of that particular data, we can train the model. Without past data, we can't train the model, of course. Right? So the data is a major role and major play of this particular machine learning technology. Right? So that is why I mentioned here. So machine learning algorithm that can be trained. Okay, the machine learning algorithm that can be trained. Yeah, the Philip shift little lifter to view your presentation. Yeah, okay, fine. Sure. Yeah, now I hope it is visible. So here the machine learning algorithm can be trained on the gender, height and also the weight. Because of based on the gender, based on the age, the weight will be there. For that particular the data we are going to train. That means there will be the independent data will be there and also the dependent data will be there. Here the independent data is actually the gender and also the height is also the independent data, but weight is actually the output data. That is dependent data here. So it is going to be accurately predict the weight for the new individual. That means once you trained with the help of these particular past data, when you are going to feed the new data to that particular trained model, that will be written in the new prediction. Of course, it can be possible. Okay, right. So this is all about the introduction of these particular the project. Now getting back into that objective. So what is the objective of this particular target? So our target is actually the weight prediction based on the the gender and also the height. Am I right? So here we are going to building a model for the weight prediction from the height and also the gender by using the machine learning algorithm. Okay, that is our objective. That means we are going to create a model and also train the model. Create a model means we have to choose the right algorithm for our problem statement. Of course, that is the regression problem. So we can choose the linear regression algorithm. That will be help to predict how much or how many. Of course, that will be. So based on the height and also based on the gender, how much weight of that particular person, it can be possible to predict with the help of the linear regression algorithm. That is our objective. So we are going to create a model with the help of the several certain process. What are the actions we have to follow? That is the most important thing. Already I hope you know the procedure to create a model and also the training a model. That I know. Because of you knows about this. So because of we were discussing yesterday. So what is the actions we have to follow? Can I answer anyone? Can I answer anyone? If you know means please mention in the chat box as well. So what are the actions we have to follow? I will show the chart here. Okay, I will show the chart here. Guys, if you guys are really interested to listening this particular session means, please mention in the chat box interested Philip. Please mention in the chat box interested Philip. If you guys are really interested to listening this particular session means, please mention in the chat box interested Philip. Okay, still most of the people calling me as sir. Don't call me sir. I'm your mentor and also I'm your friend. So call me Philip is more comfortable for me, and also I don't like to call the sir. Okay, fine. So call me Philip is more comfortable. Yeah. So what is the actions I have to follow for this particular the target? The first one, I need to collecting the data for that particular target. Right, so I can collecting the data from Gaggle. So this is actually that which is the data is here. So I can collect the data from Gaggle here. So this is the data. In this particular data is actually nearly the gender will be there, height will be there. So based on this particular data, the outcome is actually here. So these particular data today I'm going to use. Okay, so already I downloaded these particular things. So here you can find or you can download from the Gaggle. That is which so you have to download it. For the internship user, I will share this particular CSV file, no problem. For the internship user, I can share this particular CSV file to you guys, no problem. So now I can download this particular the CSV file for the code. Okay, so data collection is the most important process. So why we need to collecting the data? Why? Because of for our task, we need to train the model with the help of the past data. That is our target. That is actually the data will be there. So data collection is the most important thing. Okay, all right. So data collection. Okay, first process is the data collection. Data collection is done. After that, once you collecting the data, what is the next procedure? The pre-processing method. Maybe that once you collecting the data will be that very raw, and there will be lots of the null value. So with the help of that you are going to train with the help of these particular data, the model will not predict it very well. The model will not trained very well. That means with the help of the this kind of the data, it will not giving the good performance. Why? Because of it is actually having the lots of the misvalues and not properizing data. But one thing, the machine learning model or machine learning algorithm can expecting the properizing data to training a model. And also the pre-processing method is the most important process for improving the performance of the model. Clear? The pre-processing method is the most important process for improving the performance of the machine learning model. If you are not the cleaning the data means, of course it will be affect the accuracy score on that particular model, and it will be affect the performance of that particular model. Yeah, of course. The data cleaning is the most important thing. If the data is not standardized, in the sense we have to standardize the data, the label encoding in the sense that is also the most important thing to making the pre-processing. Okay, so we can training the model without pre-processing, but the performance will be affected. It will be predicted. One person is asking the question, Mr. Kundan Kumar. Yeah, you are asking the question. We can of course we can train the model with the help of the the pre-processing. Without pre-processing, we can train the model, but model will not predict it very well. The model performance can be down. But we are expecting the high performance of the model. For example, I need accuracy score above 75%. Then only the prediction will be very accurate. Otherwise, if it is below 75 percentage, in the sense below that 70 or 75 percentage, in the sense that will not predict it very well properly. So above 75 percentage is a good accuracy of the model. So that is the reason we are expecting the accuracy score nearly 75 and above. Why we are going to do that? That is why the pre-processing is the most important thing. Okay, right. And also splitting the data. Once the pre-processing is done, next we need to get into the splitting the data. Okay, splitting the data. Splitting the data means what? Once you are going to the creating a model, that time the model is expecting the training data set. So splitting the data is majorly helpful for creating the training data and also the testing data. How we can create with the help of the train test split function will help to creating a training data here. So that means splitting the data in the sense what? Input data and also the output data. So when you are going to write the code, that time we are going to creating a x variable and also the y variable. What is the meaning of the x variable here? X is nothing but the input, y is nothing but the output. That means independent data is here, height and also the gender. And also the output data is in the sense that is y data, that is weight. Clear now? I hope you guys are clear about it. So splitting the data is the most important process for creating a training data as well as the testing data. Maybe you are asking the question to me. What is the purpose of training data? The training data is majorly helpful for training a model. Testing data will help you evaluate the model. Okay, right. So here, once you preparing the training data as well as the testing data with the help of the split of the data. So split the data in the process of creating the training data and also the testing data. Once it is prepared, we have to create a model with the help of the machine learning algorithm. How we can choose the algorithm? Based on your problem statement, we can choose the right algorithm for our particular target. What is that exactly? Based on the height, based on the gender, how much weight of that particular person. The question is actually how much. That means, of course, it is the regression problem. Based on the types of the problem, we can choose the right algorithm for our particular target. Of course, this is how much weight of that particular person in this. That is, of course, the regression problem. The output will be comes like the numerical, the range, and how much. That is the most important hint point of the regression problem. Okay, so here I am going to choose linear regression. That is the one of the best model for the regression problem. Here I am going to use the linear regression model, linear regression algorithm. So for that particular linear regression algorithm, we have to creating the object for that particular linear regression function. That is nothing but model creation. So that is the machine learning model. Once you creating the model, we have to train the model with the help of the training data. We have to train the model with the help of the training data. Already I told you what is the purpose of the training data, what is the purpose of the testing data. Training data will help to training a model. Testing data will help to evaluate the model. So once you creating the model with the help of the fit function, we have to train the model with the help of the training data, of course. After training is completed, we have to calculate the accuracy score for that particular model. What is the name of that? In the sense, evaluation process. Why we are going to calculate the accuracy score? We should find the accuracy score for that particular model. That will be decide the model is performed very well or not, and also that will be help to choose the right model for our particular target. Clear now? So once the training process is completed, we are going to feeding the new data to the trained model that will be predict. So the training process is completed, model is trained. That time we can go for the feeding the new data to the trained model that will be predicted the weight. Clear? So clear? I hope you guys are clear about this particular actions. If it is clear means please mention in the chat box right now, clear Philip. Please mention in the chat box, clear Philip. Okay, right. So and also I'm so excited to continue this particular session, and most of the people are so much interactive, and also the thank you so much for your good replay, guys. Now without delay, here I'm going to get into the coding. So before that, I'm going to explaining in what is that? Promotion content of the Okay. Yeah. So now Yeah, most of the people mentioned in the comment box, like, the clear Philip, thank you so much for your good reply. Now, who are interested to joining these particular artificial internship program? This is the right time to joining this particular 1 month internship program. What is that? In the sense, what is the benefit of the internship? So some of the people are really interested to join the internship on the artificial intelligence technology. In the sense, this is the right time for you. You can join as an internship user on artificial intelligence technology. Most of the people are interested to joining the artificial intelligence technology. So please do join immediately. Maybe you are asking the question, what is the purpose of internship user? That is the most important thing, right? So I will tell you. 30 days of a live session is accessible for participant and also the internship user, of course. And also the 90 days is accessible for the recorded video for each and every days which we discussed in this particular masterclass. The recorded videos we will be given, and also AI projects, 10 plus projects we are going to discuss. That for that particular project we are going to giving the source code and also the materials as well for that particular project. And 30 days of downloadables presentation you will be received, of course. And we are giving the downloadable presentations, source code for each and every days of this particular, like, the internship program. And also the 90 days is recorded videos is accessible for the internship user, and also the live session is accessible for the participant and also the internship user. And tomorrow I'm going to conduct, like, that hackathon classes for the internship user. That means that is only for the internship user. That is the most important thing. So tomorrow is a Saturday, so we having, like, that hackathon classes only for the internship user. So please do join that particular hackathon classes. I will be available, and if you have any queries you can ask me on that particular platform. Okay, right. So doubt and clarification sessions will be there tomorrow, so you can join. Okay, you can join tomorrow. The hackathon classes only available for the internship user. That is nothing but, like, the mastermind session. Okay, mastermind session right now. And also you can receive the confirmation letter, and also you can receive the certification as well from the Pantech e-learning. Pantech e-learning. So what is the benefit? Live session is accessible for participant and also the, like, the internship user, and recorded videos is accessible for the 90 days, and 10 plus projects we are going to discuss for this particular, like, the artificial intelligence like, the internship program. And also the 30 days of downloadable presentation you will be received, and also the hackathon classes is accessible only for the internship user. Tomorrow the first batch is going to be, like, attending that particular hackathon classes. So please do be ready for, like, the hackathon classes. Tomorrow I will be available in the Zoom meet for the doubt clarification session. Okay, then the timing will be, like, 5 to 6. Okay, the link will be, they will send to you. Okay, right. And then the internship confirmation letter, which is get it from Pantech e-learning, and certificate which is get it from Pantech e-learning. You will be receive the mail only for the internship user for the hackathon classes. Okay, right. How to enroll this? You want to do the internship on artificial intelligence technology, in the sense this is the right time. Enroll now. The link is mentioned in the description, and also the link is mentioned in the comment box. Please do join. Please enroll now. Normally we charge nearly 2,000 rupees for the artificial intelligence masterclass participants. We are giving, like, that nearly 800 rupees of this particular artificial intelligence, like, the internship program. Okay, please do join immediately. This is the right opportunity, and this is a special opportunity for this much of money of artificial intelligence internship program. Please do join immediately. Saturday will be the hackathon classes is available. Sunday we don't. So Sunday the live will be available, and hackathon classes, like, the tomorrow is the hackathon class. The timing will be 5 to 6 only for the internship user. Okay, you will be receiving the mail from our company. Right, so the link is mentioned in the comment box and also the description. If you are really interested to joining the internship on artificial intelligence technology in this, please do join immediately. Okay, right. So the price will be, like, nearly 800 rupees. Use the coupon code AIMC4. AIMC4. So you will be receiving the discounted fee nearly 800 rupees. This is very less amount of the money. I will be considered like the packet money. So most of the people are like spending the more money for the entertainment. For this money, you are spending this much of money, you can learn at least like the 80% of knowledge on the artificial intelligence technology. I assure you that. Maybe then you are asking the question, what does that means? I pay the money. What is the quality of this? Yeah, everyone should ask the question. And also me also expecting the quality. I assure you that the quality, like there is no compromise of the quality. I will assure you that no problem. Okay, so you can join immediately right now. The link is mentioned in the comment box and also the mentioned in the description. Please do join immediately right now. Right after that, what are all the projects? Height prediction and weight prediction, sentiment analysis using NLP, AI virtual assistant using Python, leaf disease detection, character recognition, and also the fingerprint authentication, and also the number plate recognition. Yeah, just keep smiling. I will note it down. Okay, no problem. And also the the age and gender detection in OpenCV, brain tumor detection, face and mask recognition, hand gesture detection, emotion recognition. These are all of the projects I'm going to discuss with you. Okay, so please do join immediately. This is a special opportunity for you. All right, yeah. So now getting into my topic. So before entering the coding session, I'm going to discussing with you about the algorithm. Okay, so what is linear regression? That is the most important question, right? So that I will tell you. Linear regression. So linear regression, in the sense, it is actually that supervised machine learning algorithm. It is one of the easiest and also the most popular machine learning algorithm for the regression problem. And it is like the statistical method that is used to the predictive analysis. Try to understand the linear regression makes the prediction for the continuous and also the real or numerical variable. For an example, such as sales, how much sales based on the several data features, and also the how much salary of that particular employee based on the experience. That is actually the regression problem. And also the what about the product price? What about the age of that particular person? That is actually the question will be like the how much or how many. Am I right? No. So this is actually will returning the output like that numerical variable. Okay, numerical variable. Pooja, the link is mentioned in the command box. The link is pinned in the command box and also the link is mentioned in the description as well. So if you want to do that internship in the sense, please enroll right now. And here, the linear regression is majorly helpful for statistical method that will be used for the predictive analysis. And also, the linear regression algorithm shows the linear relationship between the dependent data and also the one or more independent data. Here, the independent data is an input data, dependent data is an output data. So, dependent data is in the sense, of course, that is the numerical value. That means how much or how many. So you can see it here, how much sale, how much salary, how much age of that particular person, and product price of that based on this several data features, product price will be there. That is going to be etc. of this particular linear regression. And it is actually that the linear regression is majorly helpful to finding the relationship between the independent data and also the dependent data. Okay, right. So, right question, Harshita. Thank you so much for asking a question like this. So, I'm discussing with you that majorly content and the less amount of the internship program. So that is small information of the internship actually. So I have to mentioning in that particular session. So that is why. But I'm discussing the more content on each and every day. Okay, so please consider that one also. Okay, fine. Now, since linear regression shows finding the linear relationship. Okay, so which means it finds how how the value will be the dependent variable is changing according to the variable of the independent variable. That is the most important question. So that is why already I told you it is going to be finding the relationship between the independent data and also the dependent data. So dependent data is going to be variable based on the independent data. That is the most important thing. Here the relationship is the most important thing. You can see this particular chart. So for this particular finding the relationship, that is the most important thing. The linear regression model provides the slope of the straight line. It is going to be represent the relationship between the two different variables. That means independent data and also the dependent data. Based on this particular data, how much of the weight of that particular person, it is going to be plotting. That is nothing but the line of the regression of that. So regression in the sense how much or how many, and it is majorly helpful to find the relationship between the independent and also the dependent, and the dependent data will be like the displayed and will be predictive based on the independent data variable. That is the most important thing. Okay, right. So are you guys are excited to get into the code part? Are you guys are excited to get into the code part? If you guys are excited means please mention in the chat box S Philip. Please mention in the chat box S Philip. So before that I am going to taking the action. So that will be more helpful to continue this particular procedure. Yeah. So now I will tell you Manju. Definitely I will tell you. So open this particular code. First, initially, you should download that particular CSV file, right? So I already downloaded from Gaggle, so downloaded is there. So how to upload this particular CSV file? So first you can see and you can find this particular file folder in Google Collaborative, right? You can see it here. So just click this particular file folder. So once you are going to click here, in the sense the upload symbol will be there. So upload symbol will be there. Just click here, and also you can find in your system. You can find in your system that I will tell you download this is actually that wait CSV file to you. This is the way you can upload this. This is the way you can upload this particular CSV file. I hope you guys are understood about that. One person has asked the question to me. I hope you got the answer. I hope you got the answer. Now I'm going to get into back to explaining this particular code. So for this particular problem, what is our target actually? What is our target, guys? What is our target? What is our target? Weight prediction based on weight prediction from age, gender, and also the height. Am I right? Height. So first we need to loading this particular data. Am I right now? So we need to loading this particular data. So here you can that importing the Pantas library, that will be more helpful to manipulating the data. Okay, so Pantas import Pantas as PD, that will be more helpful to manipulating the data. Once you that run this one, in the sense after that loading this particular data set, which you upload before. So copy this particular path, and also data, I'm going to creating one particular variable, that is data. So pd dot read CSV, and you can paste here for that particular path. Okay, after that you are going to run this one. Okay, after that you are going to run this one. The data set is loaded, but we need to ensuring it whether it is loaded or not. So with the help of the header function, that will be help to displace the first 5 rows of that particular data. Okay, first 5 rows of this particular data. So you can see it here. Dot header function will help to displace the first 5 rows of that particular data, and you can understand one thing. Here 3 columns will be there. Okay, with the help of independent and also the dependent. Based on the gender, based on the age, this much of the height will be there. Okay, right. This is actually the that inches, and this is actually that IBS pounds. Okay, right. So after that, I'm going to show the information of this particular data. It is going to be displays the that columns name, and also the that non-null value of that particular data. Okay, non-null value of that particular data, that account will be is going to be displayed. So before that, I will tell you one thing, the data dot shape is the most important thing. So we need to exploring this particular data. Here 10,000 rows and also the 3 columns. 10,000 rows and also the 3 columns. So non-null is actually 10,000, in the sense, of course, the data is very cleaned because of the 3 different columns is actually returning that 10,000 non-null. And this is actually the object. This particular object you need to convert into the numerical format with the help of the label encoding. That I will tell you how to do that. and float is actually like the decimal number. So this is the information of these particular data. Are you guys are following me? If you guys are following me in this, is please raise your hands in comment box right now. Because of the comment box is still a little bit like the ideal, so I don't want to see like that. So if you guys are like that following me in the sense, please raise your hands in comment box right now. Right now, describe. What is the purpose of that? It is the statistical measure of this particular data. And I will tell you, for that particular object, we can't calculate the statistical measure. But for these two different columns, we can calculate the statistical measure, and it will be written in the count of the column, mean value of two different column, standard deviations of the two different column, minimum value of the two different column, 25 percentile of the two different column, 50 percentile of the two different column, and 75 percentile of the two different column, and also the maximum value of the two different column. Okay, right. So once you are going to measuring the statistical measure, after that we should confirm. Okay, we should confirm is there any null values or not. So which function we are going to follow is null dot sum of function will help to like that finding the null values. So once I am going to run this particular code, the gender will be written 0. There is no null value. Height will be written 0. There is no null value. Then weight will be 0. There is no null value. So what is the meaning of that? Actually, the data is very cleaned. The data is very clean. Now I am going to get into that. Male and female will help to convert actually you can see it here, this particular data. The value will be like that in object data type that we need to convert into the numerical format or like that integer format. So for these particular male and female conversion, we have to like that importing the label encoder function, where we can get it actually from sklearn dot pre-processing, then import the label encoder. This is the function. Okay, this is the function. So from sklearn dot pre-processing, then import the label encoder. That particular function will help to converting the male and female into the 0 or 1. That's it. So for this particular function, I am going to creating the object for this particular function. Okay, so encoder is an object and also the label encoder is a function. So this is actually the object. Now I want to convert male and female into the 0 and 1 of gender column. So I want to like replacing it. So data of gender column is equal to label encoder. That is actually the calling this particular object. Then dot fit transform function will help to converting male into that 1 and female into that 0. Okay, so fit transform of data of gender, because of that particular column only the object, so that particular value will convert into the numerical data. So you can see it here. So once you applying this label encoder, it will be like now I am going to display the first 5 rows of that particular data. So data dot header function will be written like the gender is actually like that 1. So male will be 1, female will be 0. Now you can see it here. One thing, the confirmation of this particular data. Yeah. So data of gender dot value counts. You can see it here. Value counts of. Now you can see it here. How many 0 and how many 1. That is the most important thing. So 1 is actually male. And 0 is actually the female, 5000 and also the 5000. That is the value count of this particular data. Clear? Now it is clear. 10,000, sorry, for 5000 male, 5000 female. All right. Yeah. Now I'm going to get into that visualizing this particular gender data, and you can see it here from Cbond, that is SNS. So SNS.com plot will help to like the visualizing this particular data. It is very even. 0 is female, 1 is actually male. That will be plotting like this. That's it. Okay. So here X is the gender for this particular column, and data it is going to be plotted like this. After that, separating the data. Why? Because of you can see it here. I will tell the procedure. Data collection is done from the Gaggle. Right now, the pre-processing is done. What is the pre-processing we done here? Why? Because of here, the data cleaning is not necessary. Why? Because of what? If you know the answer means, please mention in the chat box. Why? Because of There is no null value. So that is the reason the data is very clean. But one pre-processing method we did. What is that? Label encoding. The label encoding is actually male and female will convert into the numerical data. Am I right now? So now what is the next procedure? Separating the data for testing and training. Now we are going to coming into this particular process. Already we done data collection and the pre-processing is done. Now we are going to getting into that splitting the data. So splitting the data means what? X is the input, Y is an output. So input in the sense what? Height and also the gender. Height and also the gender. So I don't need weight here. Why? Because that is actually the dependent data. I need only the independent data to the X. So I can store the value to the X variable in independent data. I'm going to store the value to the X. So that is the reason I want to drop the column of weight, because of that is the dependent data. So without weight is an independent data, that is X. Only weight, that is the dependent data, that is Y. Okay, so dot drop will help to removing that particular column. Okay, platform name is actually the Google Collaboratory. Okay, right. So X is equal to call the data set and drop the column. So here I have to specify the column's name, that is actually the weight. Then access is equal to 1, that will be help to accessing the column. After that, I'm going to run this. Y is equal to only the weight. Only the weight. Okay, clear? So you want to see that X here. So X, you can see it here. You can see it here, gender and also the height. Then I am going to displace the Y. You can see it here. You can see it here. That is actually like only the weight. Okay, right. After that, now once separating the data, we need to creating the training data and also the testing data before model creation. Am I right now? So how we can do that? We need a train test split function. We need a train test split function. So X train, X test, Y train and also the Y test. This is the format to creating that. Okay, this is the format to creating that. So X train, X test, Y train and also the Y test. So don't change the position. That is the most important thing that I will tell you. So how we can that importing this particular function from sklearn, then model selection, then importing the train test split. Try to understand one thing. sklearn is the package, model selection is the module, and train test split is the function. Okay, right. Access 1 means it is going to be help to accessing the columns. So I want to remove the column weight. So that is the reason I mentioned access equal to 1. If I mention 0, that will be help to removing the rows. It is going to be accessing the rows. Okay, right. So now I'm going to get into that. X train, X test. This is the format. Okay, this is the format. And also the Y train and also the Y test. That is the format. Don't change the position. Why? Because of these particular function to store the value based on the position. Okay, so X train, X test, Y train and also the Y test. Train test split function passing the X and also the Y. That is input and also the output. Then test size is actually 0.2. That, what is the meaning of that 0.2? Ratio of training data and also the testing data. The test size parameter will decide ratio of training data and also the testing data. So here the training data is 80% and testing data is actually the 20%, because of we are mentioning like the 0.2. In defaultly we are using the value 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 or 0.5. Okay, majorly we are using this particular value. Then what about the random state here 0? That will be help to giving the fixed accuracy score of that particular model. So now I'm going to run this. The training data and also the testing data is prepared. Okay. So what is the next procedure? I will show the shape of this particular data. You can see it here, 10,000, totally 10,000. And X train shape is actually the 8,000. Why? Because of it is the 80% of this training data and 20% of the testing data. So 80% in the sense 8,000 and 20% in the sense 2,000. Are you guys are listening in the class? If you guys are listening in classes means please mention in the chat box. If you guys are listening to the classes means please mention in the chat box as well. Okay, so I don't want to show the command box, see this command box like this. Why? Because of the command box is a little bit slower and also the very ideal. So I don't want to see like that. Okay, fine. So once preparing the training data as well as the testing data, what is the next procedure? Model creation. Model creation. That I will tell you how to do that. Okay, right. Yeah. Okay, so now the model creation, how we can call this particular linear regression because of already we chosen the algorithm. Am I right? Why? Because of based on the problem statement, we can choose the algorithm. The linear regression is the one of the most important algorithms that will be help to returning the like another good accuracy, right? So from sklearn package, linear model is a model, then import the linear regression. Okay, then this is the function for this particular algorithm. Now I'm going to creating the object of this particular algorithm function. Can I understand what I'm saying? For this particular function, I'm going to creating the object of the algorithm function. That is nothing but model creation. Once the model is created, what is the next procedure? What is the next procedure? Training a model. So model dot fit function. So when you are going to training a model, what we need? Dot fit function is need. You have to pass in the training data. So here train data, X train and also the Y train. Once the training process is done means the model is trained. But I want to show the accuracy. I want to see the accuracy. Model is trained right now. So here in regression problem, we have to calculate the R square value. R square score value we have to calculate. That will be help to find the accuracy score of that particular model. So here I'm going to, in classification problem, we were using the accuracy score function. But in regression problem, we can use the R score we are going to calculate. So how we can do that? Before that, in R square score, we need a two different parameter. One is actually the prediction value, another one is the y-test value. Y-test value already we have. The prediction value we have to find that. So prediction is equal to, you can call the trained model, then dot predict passing the x-test. So once you run this, after that you can calculate the R square score, that is which is getting from metrics, then import the R square score. Then calculate the score here. So R square score, then you can call two different parameters needed. One is the prediction value, another one is the y-test value. So prediction and also the y-test, the score will be written nearly 89%. 89%. Guys, try to understand one thing. Above 75% of the accuracy score of that particular model, in the sense the model will be performed very well. So here 89 is written. So that means the model performed it very well. Then I'm going to building a predictive system. So new data is the most important thing. Okay. Why? Because of the model is trained. We have to feed the new data, right? So model is trained. The model training process is done. But I'm going to show the building system. So building system of predictive system. So when I am going to feeding the new data to the trained model, that will be predicting the weight. Am I right? That I will tell you in a code way. So new data is actually 0,74. New data in the sense what? Gender and also the height. Okay. So two different values needed. Gender and also the height value. So here gender is a female and also 74 is a height 74 inches. Then weight is equal to, you can call the trained model. Okay, you can call the trained model. Then dot predict is the function. You can pass the new data to the trained model. You can see it here. New data to the trained model. That will be predicted weight. You can see it here. Once you passing the new data to the trained model, that will be written the value. That is actually that I will tell you, that is actually returning 88. So you can see it here that I will tell you print of weight. Yeah, you can see it here. This is actually like the IBS pounds. So I want to convert into the kilogram. So that is the reason multiply with 0.45. It will be written 88 kg. Okay, it will be written 88 kg. Okay, based on this particular 74 inches, this is actually like that 88 kg. Okay, clear guys. So here is an actually in kg, this is in IBS, that is in pounds. Okay, clear now? Yeah. So one person is asking how we can insert the new data. We can insert the new data as an array, okay, or otherwise you can that feeding the data like this. Okay, you can see it here new data and creating the data to passing to the here. Okay, right. So this is the way you can create the predictive system. So based on this particular data, the output will becomes like that 197 pounds IBS. Okay, then here I converted into the kilogram with the help of like multiply with 0.45. So that is the reason it will be written in 88 kg. Clear now guys? Clear? So this is the way you can creating the predictive system. So I hope you guys are understood about the today's concepts. Okay, today's concept, that is the value. That is the value that will be helped to converting like that LBS into that kilogram. That value with the help of this particular multiplying value only we can convert into the kilogram. Is there any reason for that? I don't know. Okay, so you are asking the reason. I don't know. With the help of this particular value only we can convert. Why? Because of 1 pounds is equal to like 0.45. Okay, right. 45 kilograms. So that is the reason I can multiply with that. Yeah, right. So now I hope you guys are understood about the today's concepts, and also if you really understood means please mention in the chat box as well. Please mention in the chat box as well. Thank you. So now getting into my time, and also another announcement. If you guys are really interested to listening these particular classes, and also the really like this particular session means don't forget to hit the like button and also the mention in the comment box. Okay, that will be help to continue this particular session. So that is the reason. Okay, right. Every day I given a one particular motivational quote to you and for me as well. Once I read that in this, that is very impressive in this, I want to share it to you. So that is the reason today also I can choose one particular motivational quote. Always work hard. Always work hard and have fun what you do, because I think that's when you're more successful. Try to understand, always work hard. Of course, we are doing that. And also sometimes have fun in what you are doing. Okay, because I think that is actually like that when you are more successful. So you have to choose to you. Okay, choose to do it. That is the most important thing. Just work hard and also do your work in a like way, and also to do your work in a positive way, and sometimes we need a fun, okay, to do it. So go with the flow and also work hard and work on your dream. That is the most important thing, because of I think that is when you are more successful. Okay, right? Okay, yeah, one person is asking good question, Beta Saravanan Kumar. I can change the value here, no problem. Okay, just a minute. If I change the value nearly like that, yeah, 85 inches. Okay, clear? 85 inches. If I enter, that will be written the different value. That will be written the different value. Then this is in pound, this is in kilogram. If I mention like that inches, like that 50 inches. Based on this particular inches, you can see the value in pounds and also the kilogram. And it is nearly like that 65 inches. 65 inches, the value will be changed. Okay, right. Any like that inches you can like change it here, right? Yeah, that will be written like that 64, like that. Clear now, guys? Yeah. Now Okay, and always work hard and have fun in what you're doing, because of I think that is when you are more successful. Okay, so you have to choose to do it. That is the most important thing. Okay, right, so keep it in your mind and always positive, and keep your life always that successful, and also the happiness. That is the most important thing, and also the go with the flow. Okay, right. Any queries? Any queries right now? If you have any queries, you can ask me. Platform name, still now you're asking. Already I told you, Google Collaborate I'm using. Any other questions, guys? Yeah. If you have any queries related to the internship, you can contact 8925533484. 8925533484. That is the contact number. You can contact at any time. So they are giving the answer for your query. Okay. And also if you have any suggestions, any feedbacks, you can send one single mail to this particular mail ID, philip.credit@pantechmail.com. Okay. Any queries, guys? Good. We will share only for the internship user. And also for the internship user, today we have a hackathon classes at 5 to 6. Okay, you can join me, and if you have any queries, you can ask me in that particular platform. Okay, right. Any queries, guys? It possible, Manju? Is it possible that I will discuss you? That I will discuss with you in the further days classes. I collecting the data set from Gaggle, write the code in Google Collaborate. Okay, guys. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you all. Good night. Have a delicious dinner. Bye bye. We'll see you tomorrow with a different topic. Bye bye. Be in inches only, because of we trained with the help of inches only, right? That is the most important thing. Inches only in the sense that will be written to output. Vicky, I can't understand your command because of I don't understand other language actually. Thank you, Srisha. Thank you. And Belarus, thank you. Yeah, okay. Good night, all. Have a delicious dinner. Bye bye.